morning, students. Today we are going to learn lesson 5, quality, page 71 in your textbook. And in the previous class I gave you some word meaning. I wanted to make correction in number 1, skill, the ability to do something well. Okay, you have to strike off the word STH, strike it off and replace it with something, SOMTHING. Okay, not just STH. It is some. STH stands for something. All right, make your own correction. I hope you have read and learned the word meaning. Those words will help you understand the story better, and also it will help you understand it will help you widen your vocabulary. So this story, quality, is about German brothers who were boot maker, right? Shoemaker. So, and there are not too many characters in the story, only the author and the Gessler brothers. All right. So I'm going to give you the summary of the story. Listen to me very carefully. Mr. Gessler was a German shoemaker. He is a boot maker settled in London. He lives in London, and he made very good quality boots that lasted very long. He used to make boots for the author's father. He lived with his elder brother in his shop in a small street in London. His shop had no sign except the name Gessler Brothers. Mr. Gessler once told the author that boot making is an art. When asked that wasn't it quite difficult to make such perfect boots. The author too used to visit him, but only when he needed a new pair of shoes. Mr. Gessler's shop had a distinctive, peaceful quality which made the author feel like a charge there. Okay? He made his boots with utmost perfection and would not let anyone touch them. There had only been once such occasion when the author had to complain about the creaking of the boots made by Mr. Gessler. He asked him to send them back and said that if they were not repaired, he would refund for them. Once the author visited the bootmaker in another pair of shoes bought from some other shop. He looked at his shoes and remarked that those were not the shoes he made. The author had bought those shoes in an emergency from a big firm, and the German bootmaker commented that big firms have no self-respect. They lure customers with their advertisements and not with their works. Due to this, Mr. Gessler was losing a lot of business. The author felt pity for him and ordered many pairs of boots. These boots lasted for almost 2 years, and thus the author did not get any opportunity to go to Mr. Gessler. Next time, when the author went to his shop, he found Mr. Gessler too aged and drained. He also came to know about his elder brother's death. This time also, the author ordered many pairs of boots and he left for abroad. That means he went away to some other country. After this, it was more than a year that the author went to Mr. Gessler's shop. This time, he was looking more aged. In just 1 year of time, he felt that Mr. Gessler looked more than 15 years older. Mr. Gessler failed to recognize the author. As usual, the author placed his orders, and this time the boots were better than ever. Just a week later, while passing the street, the author went to Mr. Gessler's shop to personally thank him for the wonderful shoes, but the name plate was missing from the shop. There was a young Englishman in the shop, and the author inquired him about Mr. Gessler. He told the author that he was dead. The man said he worked hard without eating or resting enough. He also didn't have enough money, and everything he had went in rent and leather. The author concluded by saying, he made good boots. So, the story shows that business world nowadays is more advertising, more the earning. No one pays attention to the poor traditional craftsmen who value art and quality of products. They have to suffer even though they don't deserve that. And the main theme of the story is commitment. Commitment to one's work, to one's passion. Every worker is an artist if he loves his work and is immersed in it. The Gessler brothers' commitment towards their work is really touching. For them, the struggles, the hardships are nothing as long as they keep maintaining their quality, the quality of their work. So, like I said, there are not too many characters in the story, but the ones that we saw are really well portrayed and beautifully described and realistic. The ending of the story is quite sad. There's a sense of loss and grief, and that is what the author wants the readers to feel. To feel for those true craftsmen like the Gessler brothers who value quality above anything else. They value, people like Gessler brothers value quality above anything else, as the title aptly suggests. That is all for the explanation. I hope you have understood, and I will give you some work to do later. Thank you.